Hey, do you want to see some cool fish? You're in the right place. I'm Dan, your friendly fishmonger at dansfish.com, where we're on a mission to humanely source, maintain, and transport aquarium fish to our customers. And I'm going to show you some cool fish. Let's look at the first one right now. Okay, we're going to start with the Congo spotted puffers. These are the 6 that came in really bad shape. We've been nursing them back to health for a few months, so I like to give an update to folks so they can see the progress. Happy to say we're done. They look good. They are recovered. And what I love about them is they are not shy at all. They're pets. They come up and beg for food. Like, is that food? Are you going to give me food? Anyway, I'm just really happy that we were able to turn them around. They came in emaciated. I didn't think these ones were going to make it. They were so weak we had to separate them from the main batch because there's no way they were going to compete with healthy puffers. And took a few months, but here we are. Look how good they look. Gonna give them some food just for fun here. Those are Vibrobites. Puffers will totally eat dry foods. You don't want to only feed them dry foods, but they'll eat them without any problem. So it's a good thing to rotate in the diet. Anyway, I'm just tickled. I'm pleased as punch. Because look at them. They're fat. They're sassy. By the way, they hadn't eaten since yesterday. So that's their natural body weight right there. And let me show you how they stack up compared to the group that came in healthy. Okay, so here's the group that came in healthy. And if you look at them compared to the ones I just showed you, you can't really see any difference. Right? They can hang together now. These are fat and sassy. This is as good as it gets for Congo spotted puffers, I think. Good body weight, clear eyes. Now, okay, I should say this. Puffers have a kind of iridescent sheen over the eye. Sometimes it looks maybe like a little metallic, but that is normal. That is not cloudy eyes. So, nice clear eyes, good body weight, and yeah, I think those ones that didn't look like they would survive, those 6, could probably go in here now because they're the same. They're all recovered. So really happy about that. Something I love about Congo spotted puffers is they don't get too big. These are about 3 inches. They might get maybe another inch or so, but they're not going to get massive. They can be in pure fresh water. They come from the Congo River, so they don't need salt, which is great. You don't have to keep them in brackish or marine. And they're peaceful. You can keep a nice big group together and they coexist. And there's a definite hierarchy and all that, but you can have a nice group together. A lot of puffers, you can only have one because they'll kill each other for sure. So anyway, just wanted to start that off with an update. Let's show you another cool fish. Okay, I'm about to show you a corydoras catfish that I bet you've never seen in real life. It's really cool, but before I do, I want to acknowledge that we're not in a nice studio. We're in a working fish facility, so there's gonna be some background noise, right? We've got to keep the air filtered and nice. That's what that machine is. It creates a little buzzing sound. We've got all this equipment that's running here to filter and heat and pump the water. Some massive pumps going on. That sucker there. We've got a blower up there to put air into the aquarium. So it's definitely not a nice, quiet, studio controlled sound environment. So bear with me on that. That's how it is when you're filming like vlog style stuff here, because we don't want to turn off all the equipment. That wouldn't be good for the fish. So we're gonna have a little background noise, but I think it'll be worth it. Let me show you this fish. Okay, here they are. This is an amazing corydoras catfish. This is Corydoras robustus. I think they're the largest corydoras species in the world. If you look, this little sticky I'm putting here is 2 inches. Move that down so we don't block them. There they are. Just an amazing, interesting, really neat cory that I'm gonna bet you've never seen in person. They're not around that often. Get a nice gold blaze up their dorsal fin and on the top of their head, kind of like an Adolphoi or a Duplicarius. And Zoom out here a little bit. But I like these guys a lot. Nice, big, active, neat corydoras. Corydoras robustus. So I think this is one of the neatest fish to become available in my lifetime. This is a new leporinus species. It's a strawberry leporinus. And the reason I think that they're neat is they don't get too big. A lot of your leporinus get so chunky that you just can't, so big that you can't keep them in a normal sized aquarium. You have to have a monster tank. These don't get so big. The biggest I've ever seen them is 3 to 4 inches. What I've read online is that maybe they get 6 to 7. I don't know, I haven't seen them that big. But either way, for a leporinus, that's not too big. And look at their colors and their patterns. They're called strawberry because of that nice reddish hue to them. I like the bold patterns. So this, I think, is one of the coolest fish to come out, yeah, in my lifetime. I just think it's amazing. We have a big group of them that get along fine. There's a definite hierarchy. I wouldn't keep just like 2 in a tank. I think a group is your best bet, but outgoing, fun fish. And man, they love that zucchini. And we've got several of them and they're looking great. And we haven't had any problems. If we'd had problems, they'd be noted on this sticky here. So the batch is doing awesome. They should do well for you. Anyway, we'll move on, but they were worth some time. Just a neat fish. All right, next we have these. These are just cute as a button. These are corydoras habrosus. We all know the pygmy cory. These are a species of pygmy cory. They don't get too big, but they have a different pattern on them. A nice bold pattern. Sometimes they call them the salt and pepper cory, but I hate that because Corydoras paleatus is also called the salt and pepper cory, and so it leads to a lot of confusion. Well, common names in general lead to confusion. Heck, the scientists are confused about the scientific names, and they have a system. We don't have a hope when it comes to common names. Anyway, this batch is doing really well. They're almost through quarantine. We were losing a couple at the beginning, but we haven't had any losses since the 9th of January, and today's the 21st. So they're just about ready to release for sale. And so I thought I'd get a picture of them while they were here in a horde eating. Look at that! If you get these guys, get as big a group as you can. They're just amazing in a large horde. Anyway, moving on. These beauties are Sabois resplendens. They're also called the Asian rummy nose or the rummy nose rasbora. They're a little bit reminiscent of a rummy nose tetra, bright red nose, but I love the blue on them. Look at this batch, it's doing fantastic. Bright orange face, bright red tails, and blue sheen. That's the males. The females are kind of that brownish tan color. So they are sexually dimorphic. We are female heavy, so we're shipping these as trios at the moment. Look how pretty that fish is. There's a reason these have taken the hobby by storm. They like harder alkaline water, which is great because that's what most of us have in the United States. Let's see if I can get in there. They kind of push the pellet out of the light. They're coming back though. So they don't need soft, they come from lake inlay, so they don't need soft acidic water. They're not like an Amazon rainforest fish, so your typical tap water in most of the United States is perfect for these guys, and they're fantastic. And they look like these. These are rummy nose tetras. These come from South America. Lake Inlay is in Asia. But you can see the resemblance, right? It's a good example of convergent evolution where two completely unrelated organisms have the similar ecological pressures and find a similar solution. In this case, bright red faces. Alright, because we now have hard alkaline water instead of the soft water that we used to have, I am trying some African Rift Lake cichlids. I've always liked them, but we've never had the right water. So far they're doing great. These are OB peacocks. We're just starting with stuff that's hardy and pretty. And these are both of those. Hardy, really pretty, highly variable, neat fish, and gluttons. Absolute gluttons. Oh, and these come from Israel. So we're trying some Israeli fish farms because they tend to have, it seems to me, tend to have better processes and procedures than some of the others. Maybe you get higher quality stuff, and so far we haven't been disappointed. These all look pretty good to me, nice and healthy. Oh, they are stirring up the tank as they feed, so we're going to move on because pretty soon all we're going to see is a big cloud. So this is a new one to me. This is the giant spotted emperor tetra, and they are amazing. They have not disappointed. Well, I got them all riled up now, so it might be actually hard to focus in and see all their colors. But they have a lot of like red spots on the body, really pretty fins, and neat body shape and coloration. Look at them go, they love that. It's like they're playing rugby. I mean, hopefully with all that action, I don't know, but hopefully you can see those pretty spots on the body and the fins and stuff, but I don't know, they're moving pretty quick, aren't they? Anyway, neat new tetra, new to me anyway. Alright, here we've got a gold Agassizii, a pisto, and some Daisy's rice fish. What I'm trying to show you is that male gold Agassizii behind the plant. I was hoping he would come out, but in the meantime, while we're waiting, I'll show you this horde, because that's fun. Daisy's rice fish are kind of neat. They're one of the first rice fish that ever hit the hobby that it has, you know, some color to it. Medaka do, but that's been selectively bred for, you know, many decades. In the wild, they don't have much color. These have a nice blue sheen, some orange on the fins. Might want to, some people call it red. So this created quite a stir when it came out, because it was like, what, a rice fish from nature that's pretty? Now we also have Profundicola and Montanensis and some other rice fish, but this is one of the, those haven't really hit the hobby yet. You can't find those in fish stores. These you might actually find in a fish store, so that's kind of exciting. I showed these recently, so I won't take too long here, but these are the purple harlequin rasboras. Just your normal pork chop rasbora, but these ones have been bred selectively for a nice purple coloration. It looks great. And in here, there's also a few clown rasboras. That's the Calichroma, and kind of long torpedo-shaped rasboras that are on the pellet down there. All right, moving on. Look at this handsome fellow. This is a spotted rubber-nosed pleco. What I like about rubber-nosed plecos is they don't get too big, and they're not too pricey. So if you're like, I want to try some fancier plecos, but I don't want to blow $100 for one, these are a good economical option for you to get in and get started. And I think they're really pretty. I think that the spotted, bold spotted patterns on them are just as pretty as you would find on like a lot of different hypencistris and things. So anyway, good one to try out if you're interested in starting with fancies. This here is easily the best group of Microtenopoma and Sorgii I've ever seen. The colors are phenomenal. Look at this guy. Look at them. They're hardy, they're happy, they're healthy. The reds, that kind of red banded color, is really strong in this batch. We've had some before and they looked good and healthy and stuff, but not quite like these. These, for some reason, I'm not sure what it is. They are from a different supplier, so maybe there's something to do with that, but this batch is just awesome. Now, these are, they call them like a ornate tenopoma or ornate bushfish. They're a lot like the leopard tenopoma or a nandus type species, but they stay small. We're talking 2.5 inches maybe. Like this guy right here, probably full grown. The guy with his head down. It's about as big as they're gonna get. And the flower pot behind him, that's probably 2-inch flower pot. So he's probably 2.5 inches. Yeah, I would say that's right. They're fairly peaceful with each other. There's definitely a pecking order, but they aren't tearing each other up or anything like that. The setup's pretty simple. Just some places to hide. Plenty of caves for everyone to hide in. We happen to have a couple plants in there, some Anubias, Congensis in there, but that's about it. They eat frozen foods really well. I don't think they're going to really be keen on dry foods, but with frozen bloodworms and brine shrimp and that type of thing, they'll be pretty easy to feed. Look at this guy with his colors there. That is one good-looking fish. Anyway, awesome fish, not super common, especially not super common healthy ones. You can get them sometimes, but getting healthy ones can be difficult. And colored up the best I've ever seen. Actually, that's not true. I have seen them when they're in spawning mode, and they actually get even prettier. But for base color, for everyday dress, you know, just hanging out on the weekend dress, they're the best I've ever seen. All of them look really pretty when they color up for spawning. But these will be pretty every day. Oh, I know I'm taking a while here, but I think they merit it. I think they're just amazing. This batch has been just a pleasure. Okay, as we say, moving on. Well, I'm the luckiest dude in the world. I get to go around and look at fish all day, and every now and then some pop and catch my eye, and I get to show them to you. So I hope you like that look-see. I did want to mention we've got some merch. This shirt, the Guppy shirt, goes away at the end of January. It's only available during January, so if you like it, you better get it now. It's available at the store, the Dan's Fish channel. If you want to learn more about aquarium fish, we do a live stream every Wednesday. It's 7 p.m. Mountain Time, that's 9 Eastern. We geek out about fish, we answer questions about fish keeping. You're welcome to join us and join the fun and get informed if you have any questions you want to ask. And if you're looking for some fish for your aquarium, we've got you covered at dansfish.com. Check us out. Until next time, have a good one. Bye-bye.